really good blood all the way through. What'd you find?
Quack.
Alright, welcome back to Huge Nuge Outdoor Adventures. It's been a while since I've shared an adventure with you guys, but I'm excited to be back at it. It's the middle of August and a couple more weeks. Archery season will open here for deer, and I'm just chomping at the bit. Can't wait to get out there and get going. So anyway, today I wanted to bring to you guys a neat little idea that I got off of a fellow archer named Keith Waters, who got it from another fellow archer named Tim Kefferer. So anyways, what it is it's an arrow, cup, and bow holder. And I thought the idea was pretty cool. Saw it on Facebook on one of the archery groups, and had to take it upon myself to go buy all the fittings and put this thing together. So I wanted to do a little demonstration video of how to build, what you need, and the cut lengths for you guys, so that hopefully you can enjoy this little neat idea as well. So let's check this thing out as we build it together. Now for the detailed list of all the cut measurements for the pipe and all the fittings that you're going to need. I went with a mixture between ABS pipe, because I found ABS pipe to be cheaper than PVC pipe. And I went with PVC fittings because I found PVC fittings to be cheaper than ABS fittings, which kind of makes it funny, but it was true where I was shopping. So I got all my fittings and pipe mostly from True Value hardware store, which was awesome because who doesn't like free popcorn? And then the rest of the fittings down to the 1 inch that I needed, I actually found through a little mom-pop plumbing shop in Fort Saskatchewan there called Canuck Plumbing. So shout out to you guys. Thank you very much for helping me out. So anyways, if you're going to be doing what I did with the different types of pipe, you're going to need to use some transition cement to connect those spots where you're connecting ABS to PVC. So on with the list of cut lengths. For the 2 inch base, you're going to need 2 at 6 3/8. You're going to need 2 pieces at 3 inch, 2 pieces at 11 1/2, and 1 piece at 17 inches. I found that to be a pretty decent sized base. For the arrow holders that come up, I went with 17 inches as well. Now you can go with a different height than I did at 17, but I found 17 to be comfortable for pulling the arrows in and out. For the rise, for the height to where your bows are going to sit, I went with a 36 inch rise, and again you can adjust that to whatever you prefer. For my height, I found 36 inches to be a comfortable position to place the bow. For the bow rest, I went with 1 inch PVC pipe, and you can go to 3/4 if you want, but I preferred 1 inch. And I went with 1 piece at 2 inches and 2 pieces at 8 inches. The 8 inch pieces are where you're actually going to hold your bow on. You can go 10, 12 inches, whatever you find comfortable. Just test it out and cut it to your length. And for the cup holders, I went back to 2 inch, and I cut 1 piece at 2 inches, 2 pieces at 3 inches, 2 pieces at 1 3/4, and 2 pieces at 2 1/4. That kept my height low, and I'll show you as we go where each piece that I just described goes as I built it, just to give you a good visual of where these pieces are going. Now for the fitting list, all the fittings you're going to need. All the measurements I just gave you actually worked out perfectly for a 12-foot length of 2 inch ABS pipe, with very minimal left over. And then I went with 2 feet of 1 inch and I had quite a bit left over. It's just going to depend on how long you want your risers for where you're hanging your bow. Figure that out and then get your amount of pipe as according. You're going to need 6 2-inch 90s. You're going to need 5 2-inch tees. You're going to need 2 2-inch by 3-inch reducers. You're going to need 2 3-inch by 4-inch reducers if you want 2 cup holders. If you don't want 2 cup holders, then you only need 1 of those 2 reducers, not 2 of both. As well, you're going to need 2 3-inch screens. These screens will go inside the reducers to hold your cups level. I also went with 2-inch caps, which will go over the pipe when you're not using it for where your arrows are going to sit in. That way no water goes down into your pipe if you leave it outside. I went with 4-inch caps for where the cup holders are. 1-inch caps for the ends of where I hang the bow, which worked out perfect with the foam that I used. And as well, you're going to need a 2x1 or a 2x3/4 bushing for the part that comes out for your bow, depending on what size you went with. So I got a 2x1 bushing, and then the 1-inch foam insulation, just for hanging the bow, a little bit of protection. So that's about it for the list. Again, as you see I build it, you can make your own modifications, but this is the list and the cuts that I went with. So now I'll show you the build. Alright, so I'm not going to be putting any glue on this build. I'm going to do a dry run first just for the sake of the video and showing you guys the build and what the finished product looked like quickly. So let's put this puzzle together and see what it looks like. Okay, so there's the base. Pretty simple. Your arrows are just going to sit in there like this. And again, you can cut them, you know, I went 17, 15, 12, wherever is going to be comfortable for you, but I find 17 to work pretty good. So that's the base. Okay, so there's the rest that your bows will sit on. I went with, like I said, the 1-inch pipe. I cut the foam down, left a little bit of the pipe exposed, put 1-inch caps on either side, which will keep your insulation on. And then I kind of thought these orange caps were fitting because Hunter's orange, and I'm going to end up painting my stand camo. So the 1 1/4 cap actually fits right over top of the 1-inch caps. For when I've done the product, I'm going to leave the orange and kind of highlight on the camo, and I think it's going to look pretty cool. So here's what it looks like on the riser. So my bow is going to sit roughly about there, and for me that's perfect. Alright, now for the cup holder. So here's where the screen goes in. You want to put the screen inside that 2x3 reducer. It's just going to snap inside like that. That's going to keep the cups or whatever you drink level inside of here. And then you just put your 3-inch pipe over top of that. Your other 3-inch. And then you get your 3x4 reducer. And it just creates a nice little deep pocket and a little bit wider at the top if you're drinking out of a mug. Okay, and that's just going to connect on there like that. And when you're not using it, you can highlight it with those orange caps. There you go. Okay, so for the base measurements, you've got your 1/17" measurement right here. You've got your 2 11.5" measurements right here. In behind the T, you've got your 2 3" measurements. And then here, you've got your 2 6 3/8" measurements. For your arrow holders, 2 at 17 inches or whatever you prefer. For your rise, again, 36 inches or whatever you would prefer. Now for the top. Okay, so for your arrow rest, you've got your 1 inch in here at 2" measurements. And then for right here, where you're gonna hold your bows, you've got 8" and 8" or however wide you wanna go. I found the 8" works nice because it doesn't get in the way of pulling arrows out of the holder. But again, just adjust it to how you would feel most comfortable. And then right in here at the cup holder, we've got a 2" measurement in here. We've got 2 3" measurements in here. 2 1 3/4 measurements in here. I wanted to keep the height as low as possible, so I wanted to get them the fittings right together. And then here you got your 3" pipe in between these fittings at 2 1/4. And that's just to keep the height so you can put your cup down real easy. I think this will be really nice. Put your bow right there. No problem. Pull it off. Have a drink. Grab an arrow. I think I'm gonna enjoy this. And it's I did the double because me and my wife shoot together, but you can also just come off of here with a single and have a cup holder sitting right up here if you shoot by yourself. But yeah, I think I'm going to enjoy this, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, well that was a lot of fun building this bow holder. Mine's a little bit different than the original. The original had the bow holder off of here, the arrow holder off the front, and the cup holders coming off the center. I thought it'd be a little bit more fluid if I put the arrows off the side and the bow holder off the back. Just makes for easier access while you're shooting. And as you can see, it's staying upright, which is the best part, because it would suck if it was tipping over. You could actually add sand or water in through where the arrow holder is, just to kind of give it a more secure and solid base. I probably will go ahead and do that, but at the moment there's nothing in there and it's still staying upright, so that's a bonus. Other than that, I'm happy with it, so let's try it out and see how it works. Pretty slick if you ask me. I think this is going to make shooting a whole lot more fun in the backyard. So hope you guys enjoyed that build. Hope you get out and build one for yourself. And as always, thanks for joining Huge Nuge Outdoor Adventures. Make sure you hunt safe, have fun, and God bless. About August okay, so here we go.